Welcome back. Now, City Power is trying to resolve thousands of calls for power outages in Johannesburg. They've been caused by heavy rains, flooding and cable theft. City of Joburg's MMC for Environment, Infrastructure and Services, that's Michael Sun, speaks to us now to give us an update on what they're doing in the city. MMC, thank you so much once again for your time. Good morning and a happy new year to you and the team. Let's talk about the power outages because definitely some residents didn't have quite a happy festive season due to these power outages. Which areas would you say were most affected?
Good morning and a very happy new year to Milo. Certainly some of our residents indeed didn't have quite a happy festive holiday because of the power outages. Not only because of the faults that we had to battle with, but also with load shedding. I can tell you that I'm looking at figures as of just about 11 o'clock last night and this morning that we have made some progress. We're now at about 1,900 outstanding calls. Those calls are also maybe duplicated because of the area outages, but we certainly are making a huge progress in terms of the repairs that we need to do. But also just to share with you the extent of the cable theft and vandalism that we are experiencing that's causing several outages in the Reuven area, Hill, Roodepoort and Mayfair. We counted last night, there were 4 area outages due to cable theft and 2 due to vandalism of our infrastructure, such as a transformer and a mini substation. So it's really devastating that when there's load shedding and during the festive period where, maybe security is not so tight, that vandals get to these infrastructures and cause major outages.
To what extent did the rains that we also saw these past couple of days, MMC, also have an impact on, power outages?
So the weather has never really assisted us. Number one, of course, when it's raining, it's not safe for the technicians to work on the grid. They will have to stop, so that causes a delay. But the good thing is that the City Power teams have now learned from the lessons from the previous flooding, especially in the Lenasia and Roodepoort area. So we're really working to improve our services and our turnaround times, and also to implement new measures in terms of our emergency response. But the recent rain has caused a bit of havoc, but because of the learnings that we had and the experiences from the lessons learned, we certainly have things in order to ensure that we deal with these outages that's coupled with the elements of the weather.
MMC, any strategy that you have in place to deal with vandalism and cable theft, as you've mentioned, being one of the 2 main reasons causing challenges for you and your team to sort out power outages? I mean, is there a plan in place? This is also not safe for perpetrators. I saw a story of one man who was electrocuted while trying to steal a cable. So it's equally dangerous for the perpetrator. It's an inconvenience as well as equally dangerous for the victims, for the residents of Johannesburg. Is there a plan in place?
Certainly, cable thieves and vendors are very brazen. These are very high voltage electricity that's going through the network. So they choose the safest time to work, which is load shedding. And, when we took office in December 2021, we realized that one of the most important things that we had to curtail is cable theft and vandalism. We've got our own engineering and research development department within City Power. The guys are working very hard to ensure that we come up with strategies. And until, we have a comprehensive strategy plus the funding to go with it, we need to beef up security. So that has been put into place already. We are looking at other measures and new technology, such as the new cable that disintegrates when it's broken into some of the parts, so that cable becomes useless. That cable we are looking at, and certainly at better securing our substations and the switching stations. So those are the places where your vandals break into for copper. And I shouldn't be telling you this, but our mini substations has been a target every single day for cable thieves and vandals because of the available copper that's inside.
Yeah, and these are more preventative measures. When it comes to arrests, have you been successful in nabbing some of those responsible for, the vandalism and cable theft that we've seen in the city?
Certainly, last year we did a count. We probably doubled the number of arrests compared to the previous year in terms of cable thieves and vandals. And we didn't do this alone. We did it with the assistance of law enforcement and, very importantly, our community activists such as your CPFs and community patroller groups. We'll continue with that program. We certainly want to assist them to assist us. So whatever resources we can bring to the table to ensure that we capacitate those community members, we'll certainly do so in terms of not just city power, but also in terms of our law enforcement agency within the city, Johannesburg Metro Police Department. So we're all going to go out. It's a collective effort to ensure that we give each other support to fight the scourge of cable theft and infrastructure vandalism.
All right, we'll leave it then. I appreciate this update. MMC Michael's son from the city of Joburg within the Environment, Infrastructure and Services Department. Thank you so much for giving us this update. Definitely brazen criminality being here the main cause, it seems, when it comes to vandalism and theft, and that in turn affecting your electricity, causing those power outages. They're promising they're doing the best that they can. We'll keep you updated, especially with that backlog in as far as calls are concerned from the city of Johannesburg.